Yo, we are live. Let's see here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Browser's being a little slow here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I think we're live. I think we're good. Things are being a little slow for me. I'm not sure why. Weird. Oh, that's great. Bruh. Should be good now. All right, there we go. All right, I know it's NFP morning, Friday. Everybody's probably ready to full port their accounts. News is coming out in a bit. Holy shit, what's going on today? News is coming out a little bit. Yeah, everyone's getting ready, anticipating, predicting what could happen. It's really good to wait, be extra patient on a day like today. And it's not even always about predicting. Like some of you guys, like look at last night, for example. There's been some trades to catch. Oh man, everything is just doing this every single time. Holy. What is going on? So yeah, I know everybody's wondering what market's going to do today. It's NFP Friday. Everybody's probably, like I said, getting ready to full port the accounts or something, predict the moves. What's the market going to do? It's going to move, right? There's a lot of volume going to be in the market. It probably already is. Like, especially if you're looking for buys, like price has dropped. It could try to go for buys, right? We have dropped down. And like, you don't need news necessarily. Like, look at, for example, we were literally live not that long ago. Nighttime before London session. I was streaming for a bit. Like 6-7 hours ago. Now that you don't need the news necessarily. Like, it's, is trading the news going to make you more, of a better trader, profitable, one news day, like, if you take the right risks, the right execution, it could play out depending on how the market moves. But it's also like an environment that might not always give you an edge at times. Might not always be crystal clear, like just a regular kind of, just like going into a regular hour. Like, for example, we were streaming 6 hours ago for anybody that was here. And, 6 hours ago, there's no news happening. It's like a regular hours where, you got a chart setting up. We went over gold from start. First thing I jumped on like 8 hours ago. But it was a 2-hour session. First thing. So I caught some sells on gold. I did say if that 4 hour I said if that 4-hour close is bearish, look at it, there it is. I said, remember, we were on that 4-hour. I said if that thing closes bearish, I said, Aunt Petunia, that thing could, So, like, we were talking about sells the whole session. But even before that session, I was talking about how I caught another trade. I caught, and I went over them both live. So, like, it's NFP. Everybody's wondering what the market's going to do, trying to predict it. You got to understand that's what every trader's trying to do right now, right? Every single trader's trying to do that right now. There's probably going to be manipulation. It's probably going to be liquidity grabs, right? Every trader's trying to do that right now. What every trader doesn't realize, even like on days like this, or even mornings before New York session, let's just say there was no NFP. Like both cases. There's NFP obviously, but let's also say there wasn't. By this time you can usually catch a trade on gold before this time. London session, nighttime, like we did it last night. I caught 2 trades and I went over them both live. I caught 2 trades. I caught this buy on gold. This was last night. And then we caught the sell. I went over the sell live. I went over both of these live. The thing about these setups, these 2 trades I caught the buy down there. And then we were talking about the sell. This is all before NFP, right? So from my years of trading, it's to show you, like, there can always be a setup before a time you might really, like, anticipate the most movement. Like, you might be like, I have to trade New York session. I have to trade New York session every day. But it's like there might be clear setups in Tokyo and London that are, like, maybe clear or even work better than the ones sometimes in New York. Or just the volatility. But yeah, if anybody remembers that 4-hour, I was saying if it closes bearish, we could get a drop on gold. We were streaming right then and there when the chart was, at a moment, right? I talk about moments where it's like something setting up. Like New York session, for example, like, let's say there's no, like, it's obviously NFP, but even on days where there's just a regular day, Friday, Thursday, whatever, no big news. New York sessions obviously anticipated a lot, right? If you really watch gold and you learn how to watch it, you'll be able to spot setups before these, like, prominent times that most traders want to trade. And your day could be even, like, done, or you could have more leverage going into New York session in terms of risk for the day. That's why I like those kind of late hours. That's why yesterday I jumped on. If you're in the inner circle, I did a stream. Someone asked in the chat the last stream, when do you trade? And I said, well, it's a very interesting question because, like, I'm full time. I put a lot of hours at different times into the chart. Like, for example, yesterday I was streaming at 5:30 p.m. market open when the day started for the market. And that's where I was analyzing the first trade setup, right? The first opportunity. Literally was looking for the buys. So, I mean, like, different times of the day you might be able to spot something. Like, different times of the day. It could be Tokyo session, might be London session. I think it's just consistency and just maybe showing up, looking at the chart, seeing what's there, if you can recognize something. I mean, 5:30 p.m. I didn't schedule, or I wasn't planning on getting on at 5:30 p.m., but I saw how the market was looking, and it's like, yo, there's something here to look at, right? So I was first looking for the buys. I explained that, like, a lot of people are asking for a trade breakdown on this, and it's like, a really good trade breakdown is on that live session because I analyzed it live. Like, I could go over a trade breakdown on this and it would be good, yeah. But if you go on that live session, and maybe watch that 30-40 minutes, skim through it where I'm analyzing it. That's like, I think a better breakdown because it's live where the chart is. And like that's kind of like the neat thing about gold is, I mean, there might be different setups at different times. That was 5:30 yesterday p.m. And then I get on the charts at like, I forget what time was it. It was like almost a little bit after midnight, 8 hours ago, whatever, 8 hours ago. So it's not always just, with gold, there's not just going to be one setup. I think in the day, like, you might put your energy towards just one time and you might hit a wall, or you might feel like you're hitting a wall. Maybe that one time, maybe what you're seeing then doesn't play out. Maybe it doesn't react as good. In trading, you might feel like you're hitting a wall at times. A wall could just be a wall for most traders, which is normal for me, is just a regular losing trade. Like a wall, what I mean by a wall is like something you hit a point where you can't make a decision, where you're like cloud judgment, you're scared to make a decision. Most of the times that comes on not focusing on just like strategy, confirmation, or trusting strategy too, or risking too much. So gold, it's Friday. The last few days, like the last days, have dumped every morning. Is it gonna jump? It's kind of rebounding right now. Like if it was an NFP, it'd be, it's looking like clear buys, right? It's looking like buys, but we have NFP coming out, so obviously there's gonna be some type of manipulation that probably occurs. Unless, the forecast is negative. Like there's a negative forecast for the employment change. Unemployment rate's already high. It's forecasted to stay the same. So still like a high unemployment rate, which is bad. We have an ongoing crisis, like war going on, potentially like a World War III escalating. That's gonna last a bit. Like that's not gonna, some of us thought it might have ended in days because Trump spoke pretty strong. But if we look at Trump's record right now, he threatened 100% tariffs against Canada. He lost that battle. He threatened EU with tariffs. He lost that. He wanted Greenland. He lost that. Trump's on a losing streak. Like that's why. And if you look at midterms are coming, midterms are looking blue. All right, it's not looking too favorable for him. So what did he just do? Venezuela, quick one, boom, boom, boom. Now he's trying to get another victory. And people are saying, what's next? Cuba. Another couple other Korea's been thrown in there. It was interesting where things are at, especially with him. What is he? It looks like he's trying to make like his name more than, I don't know, because what he's doing right now could fucking disrupt chains for years. This war that's going on right now is going to affect things for years, especially with the oil. It's gonna have an effect for years. This war is gonna last technically years now, because just the things that it's affected geopolitically, how many countries got involved, and now like how it makes the U.S. look too. How other countries are even looking at the U.S. Interesting times we're living in, for sure. Lot to keep up with every day, pretty much. It's like this guy's moving pretty quick because like they might might be realizing like he doesn't have much time until maybe like the it's not looking too hot. Like it's not looking like the midterms are gonna be good for him. So now he's put the country in a war, and they didn't really even need to go in. Realistically. And yeah. So a lot to keep up with. What's going to happen in the next few months. That's going to be interesting next few weeks. It looks like this war is going to last some weeks. The thing is US has had to obviously go all the way overseas, put their carriers, ships there, strike, back and forth. Ammunition. Now it's like they're like taking they're not taking steps back, but they're like not firing as much because they want to preserve to make it last longer. So you can definitely expect the climate of the market in the next like few weeks for sure. Like you can definitely expect the climate to be, pretty hot. Volatility, like look at oil right now. Oil is pumping to 86 right now. Looks like it's on the way to $100 because right now there's technically an oil crisis going on, right? Between this whole USA, Middle East, Israel situation. Oil prices fueling up right now on the day. Look at the day for oil, or the week. I mean, this is the weekly chart. Oil is fueling up. Because now, like Qatar, there's countries that are like backed now months that can't even like ship out oil for a month because it's very risky for ships to now go in that Strait of Hormuz. It's very risky, and not to mention, oil refineries have been hit, right? Oil refineries have been hit. So look at oil right now. That was one of the things to that. Like I know we all thought gold was going to go up this week. Well, a lot of us. I think gold will. I think in the next 2 weeks, like it's oil first. The oil is going up. I think in the next 2 weeks we're going to see a gold surge once it finds that low, that bottom, that daily reversal. Does it happen? Does it start today, going into next week? Possibly. Like it's Friday. Now the last every New York session has dumped because they've been just trying to drive it lower, because if gold's gonna find buys because of this whole war situation, they're gonna want to buy it at a lower price, right, before rallying it up potentially. Oh yeah, like every New York session has been bearish. The last days there's been big drops in New York, so I'm not being as aggressive as I normally would right now, despite what I see on the chart. Obviously, I see like a clear setup. But I'm not being as aggressive as I normally would. You can see the last 4 days in a row, New York session. We've had drops, we've had dumps in New York. So that's a potential for today. Like that does have potential. Smash that like button, fam. It does have potential to dump today and then find that buy. So I think that would be a good play. Like if it does drop today, I think that would be a good play to see. Like obviously it's holding the lows. Looks like head and shoulders. Yeah, I do see. Yeah, correct. If you invert it, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Breaks out of that. Could be interesting. Maybe goes closer to 5K. If you look at the last 4 days, New York has sort of had a pattern, and even someone posted in the DGen chat. Right here, this. 8 a.m., 8 a.m., 8 a.m., 8 a.m. NFP could bring gold a bit lower. There's potential for that. See, the last 4 days in a row, 8 a.m. drops for a bit, a couple hours, and after that it recovers. So if you're looking for the buy, I think it's, let's see if it can dump today. Like, that's not in our control, you know. Let's see if it dumps. Stay a bit patient after it dumps, and see if that confirms any rejections, any confirmations afterwards. There is potential for that. Like, I wouldn't want to be, like, obviously, like, if I'm looking at chart right now, it's like, okay, normally, you know, if it was a regular day, we'd probably be already in buys. Like, I probably would have just jumped on and been like, I would have jumped on with less caution and been like, oh, look, we're at the low. Like, yeah, you could get a bounce here, but risky because we've seen what New York session has done the last days. Obviously bouncing off this low, but, you know, every trader's probably looking for longs right now on gold. I mean, it's not at a bad spot. Like, look, it's come down for the last, like, 8 hours, for like almost 12 hours, 10 hours, I mean. We could try to come to, like, the low, make a lower low. We could try to extend down, make, like, a lower low, price push, form that rejection. Like, obviously, yeah, it's hitting support. It's like, it's pulled back. London was, like, all bearish. Called out to sell. I told you guys. We were live. The thing is, I broke it down live. So, again, like, I caught this sell. I've been recording some videos. If you're inside the Inner Circle, like Inner Circle 2.0, I've been recording a lot of videos for the new Inner Circle 2.0. That's coming in February. I mean, February. I was just looking at something here on my monitor that said February. That's why I said that. Coming in April. Been recording some videos, breakdowns, moments of things. But the new classroom is going to be dope. Like, the new classroom for Inner Circle 2.0 is going to be dope. There's going to be a lot of amazing videos in there when that comes in April. But yeah, like, I'm feeling like, kind of brace yourselves, like a little more caution. New York is loading. And like this, like we're going to record a video on this. Perfect breakdown, but you guys can go on that live stream and, like, I talked about pretty much like everything from start to finish of the stream. Like, the first thing I did when I jumped on was just start breaking it down, like right when I jumped on. So one of those kind of clear setups, like, that's kind of like a perfect setup, right? Break and retest, waiting for rejection. I was talking about the 2 hour on that one, and people are like, Evan doesn't take sells. Your strategy doesn't work for sells, and it's like, it actually really does. I miss a lot of sells. I literally showed, like, people are testing the the accuracy of my strategy this week. I just showed before NFP 2 trades I caught. Like, I broke them down live. The thing about these trades: buy using my strategy, 4 hour rejection candlestick, and then sell. Sell using my strategy, right? All in the same day, all in the same trading day. People saying strategy doesn't work. So some of you guys gotta get some glasses on. Get on more streams, yo. Get on more streams. So it's like, look, it looks like a buy right now. Obviously, what I'm thinking is market's going to try to go for a liquidity sweep, because probably like every trader is probably long gold right now. Which, I mean, like, I want to go long, TBH. To be honest. For everybody, in case, to be honest. I want to go long, but like bracing myself. Like I wouldn't go heavy. Like there's like maybe like literally like small. This would be like forming a confirmation. Like it'd just be like early to get in. Like there's a chance of getting like liquidity grabbed. Even now, right now, price is starting to form like an accumulation here. What if price like drives down and then tries to come back in the range? I'm thinking more longs, but I know like price could go down first. So like that's kind of like even right now, like where price is at, I'd be thinking more longs, right? Look at the last days on gold. There's been a pattern, and gold tends to do this. If you guys keep up with things, I could show you guys more examples. This is a good video. I got a new video idea right here. I go back to September, October, even in January, and show patterns like this of gold doing the same. Basically like turning on the algo. The algo, 8 a.m. dumps, 8 a.m. dumps, 8 a.m. dumps. They're doing that for a reason. We are seeing like way more sell flow though. Like there's cleaner rejections happening now for sells versus October, November, December, or even like September, October, November up into December. Let's say those 4 months. There's like on the sell side, there's way cleaner rejections happening February, March compared to like September, October, November, December. Even last night, well, like 8 hours ago, shooting star. That's called a shooting star, which is like the opposite of a hammer or a pin bar. So longs, they are a little bit risky. You gotta understand, like on a day like NFP, even if I see a clear setup in front of me like this, like okay, this goes with my strategy. I kind of keep in the back of my mind, okay, like what, how these events can usually go. Manipulation, a lot of times. It can be good, like when you're looking at a news event, because most traders try to catch the instant move, right when it happens. It could be good to wait 15, 30 minutes on most news events. Like, it's not even always about catching that first move. Usually that first move is noise. It can be noise. That's what I pretty much call it. It can be noise. Obviously, it can be a big move at a lot of times, but it can be basically that first 15, 30 minutes where the market's really trying to find out its direction, figure its direction, digest, right? Liquidity's come in. It's kind of like 9:30 in the morning when the stock market opens, when U.S. session 9:30 opens. It's kind of like that. That first 5 minutes is very fresh. Liquidity's flowing in, volume's flowing in. Directionally, it's not always confirmed instantly. Like just because it goes up in the first bit or down in the first bit doesn't mean that's always the true direction. So you can get, if you watch, there's a video on my YouTube channel. I think it's like the #1 watched YouTube video on my channel. I think it's like the most popular one. Most of you guys have probably seen it then. Posted it a year ago. I posted 2 videos actually on the topic. There it is right there. Go watch that video. Watch it right now. Watch it before NFP. If you can, watch this before NFP. Actually, I should say like, this is a good video to watch before the major news days. Or even, like I have 2 on this topic. And then I think I even have a newer one, actually. I actually think I have a newer one. Maybe. I think there is a newer one too. I actually think there is. Don't know where it is. There's a lot of videos. But those 2. Learn how to trade the news. First one. This is like the OG one right here, the first one. I think this is the second one. Watch those videos, even if you like. They'll really help you understand a little bit about like manipulation with the news, why it could be good to wait 15 to 30 minutes because there can be fake outs, false moves. A lot of times you get, like obviously right when a news event hits at 8:30, the market starts moving instantly. So that candle could pump, it could dump. All right, that candlestick, it could come out like pretty much like one of these right here. See this little picture here? It could come out extremely bullish, but then flip bearish. So there could be fake outs. News often creates these fake outs, fake out moves. I show some examples. I show some pretty good examples in this video. I'll go check it out. Go watch that video because this is a good example right here. During the news and after the news, this thing went right back up. After the news, during the news, that's during the news. After the news, during, it was FOMC. After. So I mean, like, that's what I mean, a big confirmation, like that's like manipulation, big liquidity grab, like the types of fast moves that could be made on impact of news that could end up turning potentially into a confirmation. So it's like, it's depending on what you see too today, like if it's even worth it, right? If it's like, oh, I just did this, that's crazy. Like that, this is a crazy situation because look at what it did after. News events tend to have that tendency. A lot of these major impact news events, depending on the result, like I feel like if this one's negative for USD, that's kind of like economy, not good news, war going on right now. So I think my advice is like when NFP comes out, like maybe be patient in that first 15-30 minutes. See what price does in the first 15-30. If it dumps, let it dump because look at the last. Let it dump and then look for that buy. Like wait for confirmation. Because if it drops down, it'll end up finishing the day with a good buy. Pretty much like yesterday, the last 2 days. If you look at the last 2 days, the end of London session has been a good buy the last 2 days. Gold did the exact same thing the last 2 days. End of London session. So when London session finishes, when that finishes, that's when volume starts to slow down from London. London session volume starts to slow down. It's something you can see on the chart. Like when I tell you London session finishes at a time, we know that. That's a fact, right? So what happens when a session finishes, right? Like volume starts to leave, right? It's like a store closing. It's like a store opening and a store closing, or like a bank opening and a bank closing, right? So volume can start to slow down in essence, right? And at times you might be able to use that depending on how gold moves into that time, how it's trading. Because like if you look at the last 2 days, gold was bearish going in New York. When did it really kind of finish its move? End of London session. All right, same thing happened yesterday. Gold dumps from here around 5,200, close to 5,200 there. In New York session, it keeps dropping. It was already kind of dropping a bit before that. Right? When does price drop? End of London session. So keep that in mind for later today. Just keep that in mind. I'm saying that for a reason. Just keep that in mind. Especially if you haven't traded many news events or watched many news events. Like, watch these videos. Watch these 2 videos. Watch the first one. Like, it's under the most viewed, popular. You can see here, popular. Watch that one, especially if you're maybe new to some of the terminology and stuff. If you haven't seen that, if you've watched it already, even watch it again to kind of refine things, prepare yourself. And then the second one has more examples. I think this one's better than the first one. Well, the examples, like, there's way more. I think there's better examples on this one. NFP candle pumps up, market drives down for the day. So buy pumps to create a sell. Same thing happens here, pumps up, creates a sell. That ends up reversing. There you go. Pump up, creates a sell. So go check out those videos if you haven't seen them. Yeah, like I said, like, look at the last, like, some clues are there. So maybe today that's how it starts. It is kind of like it is dropping already. But after, like, NFP 830s where it will probably drop more. And then I think if we drop, it can confirm after that, like, because again, most traders are probably long in gold right now. Which, I mean, if it was an NFP, that wouldn't look like maybe a bad thing to do, right? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, if it was an NFP and how the structure looks right now, structure looks like we could try to, like, we're either gonna hold this low. I personally think we're gonna try to sweep it, go underneath and make like a lower low. Might try to go test 5,000, 4,975 area. We might try to go like down and make a lower low in price. So like I'm not trying to give financial advice, but just like how, like, it's been the whole week. I found, for me, it's like I don't need NFP, because again, consider this, like, do we need NFP? I mean, depending on your trading day, you might feel like you need NFP, but for example, like, I didn't need NFP to find this trade setup last night. Standard stuff right here. This right here is standard stuff, right? And this is why I jump on the charts to spot things like this when they're there. Standard stuff. Like, I didn't need NFP to find this trade, right? So it's not to get too fixated into, I need the news to be profitable. There can be setups before regular days. You might find after years of trading, you might find like regular days are just like your favorite days where there's no FOMC, no CPI, no this, no that. I think with the world we live in, there's with Donald Trump, the geopolitics of things, it's interesting. It all affects the markets. Look at it, like oil right now. Hit above the 80s, highest price since when? This is the highest price oil has been since like April of 2024. Speculation that it could go to 100 amid the conflict right now. I don't know if any of you guys have all seen oil prices jump this week. In conflicts like this, I seen like oil will go up first, and then within like, once oil starts going up, within like 2-3 weeks, gold will start to rally. So it might take a bit till even gold rallies. Gold might rally like after next week. Gold might rally like once it finds like lower, cheaper prices. Could take 2 weeks, but even like I said, like I know everybody wants a trade setup right now, but I don't think it's the proper time. Like think about it, like we know NFPs soon, right? A trade setup could be any time, like really. But look at last night, like no NFP in the way. It's not like it's there. It's like that's a trade setup. We have like we could say this low could hold, but again, like this is pretty interesting, right? Gold may have a dump algo set around 8 a.m. For the last 4 days, gold started selling off exactly at 8 a.m. Pattern looks similar to what we saw in Bitcoin when Bitcoin used to dump at 10 a.m. The gold does. This isn't new to me. Like I've seen like it's obviously bearish, but I like this concept of New York bearish or bullish. It's just like how many times have we seen New York bullish 3-4 days in a row? It's this isn't new to me. This isn't like a new concept. It is pattern recognition, behavior. So yeah, look, 8 a.m. it's already starting to sell off. Right at 8 a.m. today. It's already starting that sell off. So I would just brace yourself, guys. I know like longs look attractive. Every trader's probably long gold right now. And like I get it, makes sense. I was trying to look for longs beginning of the week. Still caught some. Like I literally caught one last night. Again, like here. They caught this, so it's like some have been there. So yeah, what I'm gonna do for NFP is probably wait out the first 30 minutes, chill, like not try to catch the initial reaction. If you haven't seen this news video, like I said, go check it out. If you're new to the channel here, subscribe to the channel if you're new. But yeah, I've been posting a couple videos over the last couple days. Check them out, guys. Don't got many views. Check them out. A lot of info on those. Take what you need from the videos, discard the rest. Take little pieces, discard the rest. There's a lot of psychology in these videos, mindset. But yeah, what I'm probably gonna do, wait the first like 30 minutes, probably to an hour even. Like look at gold. If it dumps, it could drop for more than an hour. Like it's not just gonna drop for 5 minutes, I don't think. Like it might drop kind of how we have the last few days, 4 days in a row. So it has started to sell off a little bit. So yeah, my plan, like just kind of watching that first 15-30 minutes of the news. We're above 5,000. I do think gold could try to come down to 5K. Right, I do think it could try to come down to that level. We are at these lows. Not the best spot probably right now to be looking for a bounce off the lows. It would really take, like that would be a catalyst of how the news impacts the market. If dollar comes out negative news, then yeah, gold could probably bounce. But I think wait for that manipulation, wait for that liquidity grab. That's what I talk about in these videos, the news ones. So those 2 news videos. Again, you can wait that first 15-30 minutes. You don't got to catch that first move. That's not what it's about. Wait that first 15-30 minutes. See where price goes. See how it behaves. And then try to see if there's any confirmation based on how price has moved in that first 15-30 minutes. If you don't see anything, it's just like wait more. My plan is like wanting to see something like this. Drops like we have the last 4 days in a row. And then after those drops, looking for recovery, like slowly looking for recovery. Looking to see if there's any rejection candles, any confirmation candles. We have, like I said, we have dropped the last 4 days in a row. So there's potential for that. And every trader is probably long right now. Longs are risky. It's risky right now to just enter a long. Like, yeah, price could flip. But I'm thinking we try to sweep the lows, potentially try to sweep the lows. After that would be maybe more of an ideal situation to look for those longs if we sweep these lows. It's about what happens. Like we have these lows here. And we're right here. about what happens, like if it gets underneath those lows, how, like if price gets underneath, it means like, okay, this is happening, it's sweeping those lows. Ultimately, look at the buy. And remember, keep it in consideration. So keep it in consideration what I said, guys, about even what happened yesterday. Because I know a lot of people asking about Friday reversals. Yes, but it could be end of London session too. Like if gold drops today, end of London session could be a very important time. If it drops down today, closer to the end of London. Again, like I said, that's a key time, end of London session. Depending on how price is moving into that time, how it's being delivered into that time. If gold is just dropping all morning and it's still extremely bearish and you're coming towards the end of London session, that's when that volume is going to slow down. That's when it's like, okay, it's probably not going to drop anymore now. We're probably going to see some accumulation or price start to pause a bit. If you have a morning, like let's say you have a morning where New York session is just dumping. New York session is just dumping. And you have a morning where price is just dropping all morning. You know, end of London session is where that volume is just going to slow down, potentially create that reversal. It's happened the last 2 days. Well, more than the last 2 days, but the last 2 days you could see clear examples, right? This is where London session finishes, right? And then same thing here, London finish. So if you ever have extreme mornings like that when gold's just dropping or going up, vice versa, like pumping. But in this instance, price is dropping a lot in the morning. London session finishes, London session close. Okay, that's kind of like that time where it's like when you're leaning into that time, it's like, okay, this is where it could pause, where it could slow down. And you get that reversal. So keep that in mind. Like I said, keep that in mind for today. Keep that in mind. All right. What time frame do I trade on? I like the 30-minute, the 1 hour, 4 hour the most, but I do sometimes dabble on like the 15 and 5. But I, personally, like, I think for the most work, it's 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour. I love the 2. Like, I don't know how I didn't mention that. 2 hour is like a solid time frame. Adds a little bit more accuracy compared to the 1 hour, but it's pretty solid in terms of rejection candlesticks. I mean, on news, you could watch like the 5 minute and you know, the 1 minute, obviously. Most traders watch the 1 minute and just try to catch that first reaction. You can watch the 5 minute structures. Honestly, like when it comes down to entering though, like confirmation for me, like 1 hour, 30-minute, 2 hour, I like to look at those types of candles. I'm talking about a lot the last few days. So even like there was some rejection candles after that too, and then same thing yesterday. And that's where I was in buys here on gold after this, right? A buy I caught again. I've showed it a few times. Some of you guys might have not seen it. This buy. That's a 4 hour rejection candlestick. So I'm pretty diverse with time frames. I have a lot of experience with that, but maybe depending on what I'm seeing on a certain time frame at a certain time, I obviously try to stick to 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute. But the 4 hours, not that frequent, but it still is good confirmations. Like this is a 4 hour rejection candlestick. After that, getting in buys. Like look at these candlesticks that are rejecting here on the 2 hour. Even right now, like right now, it'd be better to wait for a rejection candlestick. Look at the last 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, like going on is like 10 hours. Right now, it'd be better to wait for a rejection candle in here. Right, like if it was just a regular day, which could be again a rejection candle would be something like this that I just circled down here. See these candles right here. whoops, an opposite candle. Like this red candle would be rejection, or this red candle would be rejection. So like if the market's pumping up, like here you can see markets going up, or like where's this candle right here is rejection. Well, there's two candles that are rejection, right here and right here. That's rejection. 4 hour. That right there, that is rejection. Some of you guys should remember, we were live on that candlestick. We were literally live on that candlestick right there. I entered because like the 2 hour and 1, I was entering up here, but I could have even entered based on like a 4 hour after that candle. So, I mean, it might be, like, look at the 2 hour right now. It's just steady red candles, right? Let's just say there was no NFP. It'd be better to wait for that, rejection to come in. So my plan today is to stay extra patient. Not going to be aggressive today. Like, obviously, market's in a good spot, but I think, like, wait that first 30 minutes, maybe even up to an hour. Take into consideration London session finish. I'm not full porting gold. I'm just probably going to chill. Might not even take a trade until, like, the afternoon. Might wait like 2-3 hours even to see where things are at, depending on how it moves. Like, ultimately, I want to see it drop today. Like, I want to see gold drop, personally. So I want to see it drop on NFP so I could try to set up for that buy maybe an hour after. Right now, like, you have kind of like a risky setup because, like, you're just touching this low. Kind of risky. I mean, I wouldn't say risky. It's what's there. But again, because NFP, there's going to be liquidity grabs, stop loss hunts. The market's going to try to go for stop losses, shake some traders out. Usually there's a shakeout. But yeah, 2.0 is going to be really sick. Getting things loading together. I don't know. This got changed a little bit, I think. Oh yeah, this got changed a bit. 2.0 Inner Circle launching in April. I'm excited for it. The videos are going to be sick. Like the whole new course is going to be really, really, really good videos. And yeah, right now it's holding 50.75. I know, like, some of you guys are probably seeing that. I know you could reject, but like that's a news trade, and news trades are risky. Like, is it going to reject? Potentially. Right? That could be a news trade, but that is also risky, right? That is also risky, I would say. Right? Because, like, market, like we've seen the last 4 days, gold, last 4 days, pretty repetitive pattern. I want it to drop. Personally, I want it to drop. Might not do what I want it to do, though. What if it just shoots up? Then I'm probably going to miss a trade, to be honest. If it just jumps up, then fuck, it's one of those situations. Like, if it just bounces up, I'd rather see if price makes a lower low. If we come into like a lower low, if we dump down first before looking for those buys potentially. Support and resistance. Well, there's different ways to do that. You can use, like, support and resistance. You can use, like, what you see. Like, most support and resistance, people are drawing more of what they see, like, on the chart, areas where price has reacted, where it's made a reaction. So, like, here there's a high. You can see a low there. So there's, like, resistance and support in there. So support and resistance comes down to, like, what you see, drawing what you see. Support and resistance can exist in a candlestick. A singular candlestick can represent, like, a support or resistance, right? Based because of rejection. Like, a singular candlestick can represent, like, rejecting right? So it comes down to how do you draw support and resistance. Someone asked. I mean, like what you see on the chart, like here there's support, right? We can also use whole numbers. I'm not gonna go over that right now. I go over that every day. Make sure you tune into the streams because I do go over that like every time I'm live. Another way is whole numbers. I don't really have a prediction. No, I mean I am looking maybe for like prediction would be like we're either gonna hold the low or try to make a lower low, and then like reverse. We're either gonna hold this low, pump up. I think potentially could pump up today. Like there could be a buy, but it doesn't have to happen right now. Like remember what I said about London session? But the last Fridays have always been buys. Like every Friday has had a buy in it since January. Pretty much like since January, every Friday has had a buy. Didn't we get NFP? Like we got NFP over here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got like NFP on a different day in that month. Or was that in January? Wait, where's NFP? Middle of the month. Whoa. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Where's Friday? Fridays have had pumps. Like a good amount of Fridays have had pumps in the market. Am I gonna trade it now? Like I'm not gonna trade like the beginning. Like if anything, I'm either gonna miss a move or just patiently wait today. Be patient. That's my plan. Like if it goes up, I'm gonna miss that move. If it goes down, I might not even trade NFP today. I might just stay patient. Like when I say NFP, I mean like I'm not going to trade the first 30 minutes to an hour most likely. I'll probably wait 30 minutes to an hour. Fridays have been good days to buy. If you go, another thing you can look at, like I said, watch the news video, is like the last Fridays. If you mark all the last Fridays, you can check that out. A lot of Fridays have been good buys to hold or have set up for a buy. Some of them haven't been good because there's been manipulation, but a lot of Fridays have presented like a buying opportunity in the last month, or the last 2 months, sorry. After so I mean like yeah, Fridays, can there be buys? Yeah. Can it swing up into the next week? Go mark your Fridays and look at how gold, like go mark your Fridays, go until December, like go back in December, maybe like the end of December. You don't have to go, I mean you could go back all the way to September, and I'm telling you, you'll see what I'm talking about. Not every Friday, but if you look at like this chart, not every single Friday, no. It's not like every single Friday. But you can pretty much see like after Fridays, like look at this. This is Friday after it goes up. This was Friday, it dumped. This is Friday after it goes up. That was Friday after it went up. Another Friday after it went up. And same thing, another Friday after it went up. Not this time. Here it didn't. Last week or last couple weeks here. Sorry. Right. Friday, then went up. Here, not so much. Maybe like a little bit. So if you go look at also with like, watch the news video, right? Watch those news videos if you haven't seen them. There's a lot to learn from news, but you'll realize over time like you don't need news events. So if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss like when I post a video. I upload videos every single week. Check them out if you haven't seen them. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out when I post something. I post every week. So that's one thing I was thinking. Yeah, Fridays have pushed up a lot. However, it doesn't have to be from here. Like what if it could dump first and then create that, right? So I'd be patient today. NFP's in a couple minutes. Like, I'm not too worried about it. Like, in terms of catching a move, might just be a chill day. Patience is key. I don't predict news events. Like, if I see something, it's like, okay, I could try to go. I could use what I see more as a prediction. But like I said, potential liquidity sweeps, potential manipulation could hit. So like, if you're really looking for a trade, watch the first 30 minutes. Like, don't just jump into something. Like, see if the first 30 minutes can confirm, or even end of London session. Around there, depending on how price moves. Like, if it dumps today, if gold dumps down today, if it drops, it dumps down, I'm gonna be waiting till close to the end of London session if it drops, like it did yesterday and the following days. Asia had nice setup. Yeah, like there's been some good setups. We had these sells. That's what I mean. Like, you don't always need even New York session with gold. That's why I love gold, because like, yeah, it's very diverse with when it can set up. Like today, that sell was in late Tokyo session. Realistically, like, didn't even need NFP, didn't need New York session for that. There's Tokyo session, because gold is a huge market, right? It's the number one like ranked asset in the world. All right, with market cap. So gold's a big, wide instrument, right? So it doesn't, like, 35 trillion market cap. So it doesn't just move like at one time. Well, like some currency pairs move like, all right at like around certain times usually only. Whereas gold can move in Tokyo session, it can move in London session, and it can move in New York session, because it's just a really big market. And I remember when this was 10 trillion. In my lifetime, I've seen this. I remember seeing this below 10 trillion. And then I remember when it got to 10, like, I think I remember seeing this at 7 and 8, but I vividly remember like seeing this once at 10 trillion market cap. There you go. Gold went up. Gold just pumped. Yeah, like one of those situations where it pumped. We got to see how the data came out. Oh, unemployment rate went up. That's not good. Unemployment went up. That's not good. Core retail sales went down. Yeah, we have more negative, like, as you can see here. Forecast was this, but if you look at the previous and what actually came out, it's a worser number. Unemployment rate. So that's more positive for gold. That's why gold's having that reaction. Dollar is probably selling off at the moment. Currency pairs maybe fluctuating. Potentially a stronger signal for gold. I don't know, for the day. Maybe for the day. It didn't dump like I was anticipating. However, we just got like a negative news announcement. Still gonna wait. Like, what if this dumps down? Still gonna wait like up to 30 minutes and still look for that. Like, I want this to push up more and maybe look for like a retest if it's like that type of setup to continue going up, or if this is just a fake out and we dump down, make a lower low, wait for that after. It does look like negative data for USD, however. Like USD, we do have negative data. Unemployment went up. Unemployment went up, and yeah, no, 8 a.m. dump. Maybe not today. Maybe today it reverses it, and like maybe it is a Friday reversal. 4 hour flipping. Not really seeing a setup right now, but I think if this stays strong for the next 30 minutes to an hour, that could confirm the direction for the day. So like I said, go look at the last Fridays since like December, and you'll see like gold does go up a lot on Fridays, even going into like the new week. Unemployment came out bad. I mean, higher unemployment rate triggered there. Yeah, 48.50, like that someone said I think gold to 48.50, like that'd be a good price to think, but might not get there now. Looks like the bulls are strong. We could get pullbacks, maybe to 5,100 now. Now we're back above 5,100. We might get like retracement back down. If this stays strong for the next like 30 minutes, I could maybe get like a retracement back down to 5,100. Probably come back to like 5,100 or a bit lower than 5,100, but I think it'll try to pull back to like 51. Not seeing a signal right now, but maybe 5,100 could be a level to watch. Yeah, if DXY is dumping right now, and it's a matter of if it stays like that. Like we can obviously see, I think like the high of like, I see like there's some rejections here happening on the wicks on DXY. If DXY remains more bearish for the next hour, especially because right now it's 8:30 and stock market opens in like 1 hour. So it's like seeing if this price action remains as stable going into those hours even too. Gold, I think like you're looking for like big retracement, maybe back to 5,100 to then jump in. I'm going to jump off though. If you're inside the inner circle, like I'm going to give price some time. And if you're inside the inner circle, I might send a signal or drop like an analysis in the chat. If you're inside the inner circle, maybe if there's like a clear pullback entry to go with the buys, then I'll send one. If there's like a clear one, might take an hour to get that, maybe 30 minutes to an hour. But yeah, it looks like the 4 hour just flipped. If you get like a solid 4 hour close, like this 4 hour closes in 24 minutes. So if that can close bullish, like it looks like it is right now, next 4 hour potentially goes up. Potentially. Next 4 hour potentially goes up if that closes bullish. Doesn't have too long till it does. If dollar remains bearish for the day, that yeah, like if dollar's weaker, it depends on the weak, like how that weakness is. If it's strong weakness, gold flies. Like if the dollar rallies down for a bit, or is like something like this, then gold really, really flies. Day trading action and like daily movement, yeah, like in these little moves down, gold will have, you know, slight pumps. Like dollar dropped here. Oh, it is a great time to buy gold, right? Literally here. So if it sticks, like if this candle keeps dropping in the next candle, then it's like, yeah, gold would probably fly up to like 51.60, maybe even higher. But yeah, I gotta head out for a bit here. I'm gonna keep an eye on like a radar on price. Like I'm thinking right now, because it just expanded up, your best option is probably just waiting for a bigger pullback, maybe closer to 5,100. Jumping in, if you just jump in, like that is a bit risky because, like I said, it could potentially pull back to like 5,100. Looks like a counter trend line break there too. And news pumped up. Negative, like to understand the data, this is unemployment rate So the unemployment rate came out at 4.4%. So that is a higher unemployment rate. Higher unemployment. That is not a good factor. That is not a good economic factor. US, man. US is like, we got not the best news today for USD. We got USA in a war. Not the best news, it looks like, from just hindsight here, point of view. What is next for 2026? Aliens? Are they gonna release aliens? What do you guys think about all that? They're gonna release some aliens? Bad news for dollar. So maybe gold will probably try to pull back to 51. I think keep an eye on it around the 51. Keep an eye on it around the 51. $51 could be an area to keep an eye on it. If we get like pullbacks towards there, it might be starting a pullback soon. Might be pulling that. Might try to pull back to like 51, close to it. That would be like maybe the best possibility for right now. Kind of where we stand. It's just 10. It's like 10 minutes past 8:30, right? So there's still a lot of time. Like this could get down there in the next 30 minutes, an hour. Potentially, like that's kind of what I'm just going to keep an eye on for now as it stands. I'm going to wrap this session up for the morning. Smash that like button before we get off. I hope you guys learned some stuff. I mean, didn't catch a trade. We obviously could have full ported longs. We normally probably would we would have been probably like in a trade there, long, 2 hour, like 1 hour. Normally could longs. It was there, but hey, like to be a bit cautious on days like today and not ruin good. I just had a good setup. Sells. Before that, I had a good buy. It's like coming into NFP, I didn't want to ruin that. Yeah, I would probably pull back from the looks of it, 5,100. News was negative, so that could be an interesting factor. We do have negative data here. But yeah, like I said, smash that like button, guys. We're going to wrap it up for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this session. Inner Circle 2.0 is launching in April. It's actually going to be really, really dope. It's going to be a very, very sick website, legendary. It's going to be fire. It looks sexy already. And the building behind that is almost done. It's going to be done in April. So April, launching Inner Circle 2.0. It's going to be, like I said, fire. You can get here's a little sneak peek of it, right? So for those of you guys that are locked in, that's coming. For those of you guys that aren't locked in, that's coming. Pay attention. It's something you're not going to want to miss. But yo, I'm out. I'm going to wrap it up. April is going to be a big month. So is May when we launch that. There's going to be a lot more videos. Well, there's going to be new videos. I've been working on videos like every day right now. Yeah, looks like we're coming. We're probably going to come down to 51. Maybe there's a rejection there. We got a retest. The price just pumped up. I think it's going to try to come back to like 5,100. I'm out though, guys. Got to wrap it up. That's all I see for right now. No signal right now. I just chill for a bit. There should be one loading. I think there's one loading. Just gonna stay a bit patient. But yeah, I'm out. I'll see everybody next stream. Hope you guys enjoyed this session. Peace, 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 peace. We're gonna wrap it up. That is it for today. I'm out. I'll see everybody next stream. Make sure you guys turn the notifications on, so when I go live, you'll get an email. It'll show you when I'm live.